Welcome to the story. Problem: when there's a storm, Mama gets scared and hides under the bed with Finn. But Finn is a little kid who wants to go outside and explore the world. So, he doesn't understand why his mom is so afraid of storms. He asks her, "Why are you scared of thunder? It sounds like a big drum and I want to dance." But every time Finn tries to leave the house during a storm, Mama grabs him and pulls him back. She says, "No, no, no. You can't go out there. The thunder is angry. It might strike you, and then you'll be all fizzy and dead." That makes Finn really sad. He wishes his mom would just let him go outside during a storm so he could see what it's like for himself. Adventure: one day, while Finn and Mama are hiding under the bed, the thunder sounds particularly loud and close. Then suddenly, boom, a bolt of lightning shoots right through the window and lands on the floor in front of them. Startled, Mama cowers even further under the bed. But when she looks up, she sees that the lightning hasn't made her all fizzy and dead. It's still just a little girl and a mom hiding under the bed. After a moment, she thinks to herself, maybe the thunder isn't so scary after all. So she peeks out from under the bed and sees that it's not raining outside, but the sky is filled with thick, dark clouds. And although she can hear the drums of the thunder getting louder, she doesn't see any lightning flashes. She says to Finn, "You know what? Maybe it's safe outside. Why don't we open the door just a little bit and take a peek?" Meanwhile, deep in the heart of the storm clouds above, lived a clan of giant cloud people called the cumulonimbus. They were massive, round and fluffy, and they loved to drum. Their leader was a huge, jolly fellow with a long white beard. He was known throughout the land as Thunder. With each mighty beat of his drum, he could shake the whole earth. And whenever he played, the others would join in, making the softest pitter-patter of raindrops. But Thunder wanted more. He wanted everyone on earth to dance. So with a mighty roar, he'd slam his fist against his drum, calling out, "Come out, you earth dwellers, and dance with us in the sky." But the earth dwellers were scared of the booming drums and the flashes of lightning that streaked across the sky like silver whips. They thought the cloud giants were monsters, and they hid inside their houses until the drumming stopped. That made Thunder sad, because he just wanted someone to dance with. As Finn and Mama peeked out the door, they saw something amazing. Above them were dozens of furry, chubby cloud giants playing drums and dancing in the rain. There were all shapes and sizes, from tiny little cumulus clouds to giant, dark towering ones. And they were all beating their drums and laughing and having fun. Suddenly, Finn had an idea. He turned to Mama and said, "Can I just go out there for a little bit, please? Pretty please. With a cherry on top." Mama thought for a moment. She knew that Finn was right. If the thunder wasn't going to make him all fizzy and dead, then maybe it was time he learned to stop being scared and start being brave. So she said, "All right, Finn, you can go outside for just a little bit, but if you hear the drum beat again, you gotta come back inside right away." Finn was so happy. He gave Mama a big hug and ran out into the rain. As soon as he stepped outside, Finn could feel the vibrations of the drums in the ground beneath his feet. It was like a giant heartbeat. And he looked up and saw the cloud giants playing above him. They were so close he could see the furry insides of their clouds, and he could hear their happy laughter carried on the wind. Then he saw a small gap between two of the giant clouds. And when he looked through it, he could see sunshine and rainbows and fluffy white clouds and a beautiful blue sky. And Finn thought to himself, "Well, there's another world beyond this storm. I want to see it." Just then, Thunder finished his song and the cloud giants began to drift away. As they faded into the distance, the drumming grew softer and the rain began to slow. And Finn knew that if he didn't do something soon, the storm would end and he'd never get a chance to explore the other side of the clouds. Taking a deep breath, he turned around and started running toward the hills. He didn't want to go back home yet, but he also knew he couldn't stay in the storm forever. As he ran, he looked back and saw that the sky was clearing. The last of the clouds were drifting away, revealing a bright blue sky sprinkled with fluffy white clouds. And in the distance, he could hear the sound of birds singing and children laughing. Excited to finally see what was beyond the storm, Finn kept running. Then suddenly, boom, the ground beneath him rumbled like a giant drum. And Finn froze. Was the storm coming back? Had he made a mistake? Afraid, he turned around and saw that one of the cloud giants was falling from the sky. It was struggling to keep its shape, and its drum was clattering to the ground below. Without thinking, Finn began to run toward the fallen giant. He wanted to help, but as he got closer, he saw that the cloud giant wasn't actually falling. It was dancing. And it wasn't struggling. It was playing its drum with all its might. And as it danced, the other giants joined in, and soon they were all playing together in a joyful symphony of sound and motion. Finn stood there watching, mesmerized by the beauty of the dancing giants and the power of their drums. He felt a strange sensation deep inside him, a feeling that he couldn't quite understand. It was as if something was stirring within his soul, urging him to move, to dance. And then it hit him. This is what the drums were doing. They weren't trying to scare the earth dwellers. They were inviting them to dance. They wanted company. They wanted friends. And Finn knew that if he wanted to make friends with the cloud giants, he had to do more than just watch. He had to join in. Taking a deep breath, Finn began to dance. At first, his movements were awkward and clumsy. He didn't know the steps or the rhythm. But as he continued to dance, his body began to relax and his movements became more fluid. He twirled and leaped and stomped his feet, feeling the vibrations of the drums in his chest. And as he danced, the cloud giants began to notice him. At first, they were surprised to see an earth dweller dancing with them. But then they began to smile and wave. And soon they were all dancing together in a great circle. Then suddenly, the largest of the cloud giants, the one they called Thunder, boomed, "Who are you, little earth dweller? Why are you dancing with us?" Finn took a deep breath and said, "My name is Finn, and I'm here because I want to be your friend. I want to dance with you and your people." Thunder smiled. "Well, then you have come to the right place, young Finn, for we love to dance and make music. Join us and let the rhythm move you." And so Finn danced with the cloud giants until the sun began to set. He danced with them until the sky was filled with the colors of the rainbow. And when the music finally ended, he felt a deep sense of peace and joy. He had found his adventure. Moral: storms are Earth's celebrations. When the clouds get all puffy and dark, it means they're having a party. And if you listen closely, you can hear the drums of thunder calling you to dance. Parent fix: when you hear the thunder, dance to its beats. That way, you won't be scared of the storm, you'll be too busy having fun.